We have been reminded again of the dangers that are possible in football, and not just the pros and college. A high school player on Long Island, New York, suffered a head injury yesterday and died. He is the third high school player to die in the past week. Dahler tells us what happened.
Varsity lineman Tom Cutinella took a hard hit during an afternoon game. The 16-year-old underwent emergency surgery, but doctors were unable to save him. Dan Holtzman was his principal.
A lot of crying, a lot of hugging, a lot of questions, a lot of shock.
Deaths among the nation's estimated 1 million high school football players are rare. Last season nationwide, 6 high school players died of head trauma. But head injuries among amateurs are not rare. All football players, including high schoolers, have a 75% chance of suffering a concussion. Between 136,000 and 300,000 sustain one each year. 34% of college players have suffered a concussion. 20% have had more than one. Even the very young are not immune. A Virginia Tech study of 7 to 8-year-olds showed them receiving hits of 80 Gs, the same force dealt by college players. Parents are taking notice. Between 2008 and 2012, youth participation in the sport was down 5.4%.
Everybody on your pads, even down there.
Brett Strachan coaches youth football in Maryland. Even though he believes football is safe, he's having a hard time fielding a full team.
Our numbers are down. The league is reduced from 7 teams, we're down now to 5 teams.
Chris Nowinski, head of concussion research for the Sports Legacy Institute, says that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Do you think concussions are an existential threat to the sport of football?
I do think parents need to think long and hard about when they introduce their son to tackle football, because the younger you start, the more years they'll play, the more concussions they'll have, and the worse off they'll be. You don't need to start young to learn those skills. So the cost benefit, especially when they're young, needs to be reevaluated.
Since 1938, more than 680 high school players have died, most through helmet-to-helmet contact. Scott, we should note that players in other youth sports, including soccer and hockey, also get concussions.
Don, thank you.